Good evening. This is the Guyana Learning Channel's news in capsule for Wednesday, June 30, 2021. Here's a look at the top stories we will be covering. First Lady launches Adopt an Orphanage initiative. Negative PCR test still necessary for entering country, and World Bank approves US $6 billion for vaccination drive. In the world of sports, St. Kitts ready for CPL 2021. Regionally, Bahamian government appeal ruling on citizenship. And internationally, world's first flying car completes test flight. With the news in detail, I am Danelli Singh. First Lady Her Excellency Arya Ali today launched the highly anticipated Adopt an Orphanage initiative, which establishes a link between corporate sponsors and homes that are in need of financial support. Mr. Ali first introduced the idea of providing sustainable support to children in institutional care during a conversation with US-based Guyanese rapper St. John at State House last October. Initially, 3 orphanages were identified to receive support through this initiative. However, with a high level of interest from the business community, that pool was expanded to include 5 more orphanages. The orphanages which will receive support from sponsors for a minimum of 6 to 12 months are Joshua House, Bless the Children's Home, Rymeveld Children's Home, St. John Bosco Orphanage, Canaan Children's Home, St. Anne's Orphanage, and Prabhu Sharan Orphanage, as well as Shahid Boys and Girls Orphanage. At a simple ceremony held at State House yesterday, the sponsors and representatives of the institutions signed a Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, which establishes a framework for the agreement and holds both entities accountable to their commitment. Oversight will be provided by the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security. During her remarks, Mrs. Ali said she believes that this is an important and necessary step in protecting the basic rights of children and improving their welfare, particularly those who are most vulnerable. Meanwhile, Minister of Human Services and Social Security Honorable Dr. Vindhya Prasad lauded the initiative and expressed how delightful she was to be a part of it. This piece was extracted and modified from the Department of Public Information. Minister of Health Honorable Dr. Frank Anthony says a negative reverse transcriptase polymerase chain reaction, or RT-PCR test, is still the requirement to enter Guyana. The minister made this statement during Tuesday's COVID-19 update. Dr. Anthony said that although the results of other testing techniques has been submitted by travelers in other countries, Guyana's protocols remain the same. The minister noted that along with the PCR test, Guyana is also using specific antigen tests. These test kits produce results faster than the PCR tests. Initially, these were ordered for use in the far-flung areas of the country. However, they have also been used in emergency cases at local hospitals to determine a patient's COVID-19 status. This was extracted and modified from the Department of Public Information. According to the World Bank resident representative for Jamaica and Guyana, an efficient and equitable rollout of COVID-19 vaccines will be critical to save lives and restore economic activities in Guyana. This additional financing to the Guyana COVID-19 Emergency Response Project will fund the acquisition of COVID-19 vaccines. It will help the government of Guyana to strengthen health system functions that are necessary for immunization, such as vaccine awareness, communication, human resources, information systems, and waste management. The additional financing to this project also aims to increase overall health system preparedness to tackle future emergencies. This was extracted and modified from the newsroom. And now in the world of sports. Cricket will be played just a little bit louder this year, as spectators will be allowed in the stands for the hosting of the Hero Caribbean Premier League T20 cricket tournament in St. Kitts and Nevis later this year. Initially, when negotiations got underway for the hosting of CPL 2021, it was done on the basis that there would be no spectators, as had been done for CPL 2020 in Trinidad. Since then, decisions have been made to allow 50% capacity for spectators. These spectators will, of course, have to be vaccinated. The St. Kitts Marriott Resort has been named as the official hotel for CPL, and members of the CPL cohort will arrive in St. Kitts by mid-August to facilitate quarantining ahead of the start of the tournament. Essentially, everyone associated with the CPL will have to be vaccinated. The success of the tournament depends on it. In a COVID-19 age, vaccination is promoted as the best and safest way to resume daily activities. Minister of Sport in St. Kitts and Nevis, John L. Powell, said that preparation for the 2021 hosting of CPL is well underway, adding that approximately 90% of the cohort are already fully vaccinated. Spectators will have to be vaccinated, and there are vaccination requirements for all the staff, which include ground staff, caterers, drivers, bar and concession stand operators, among others. This was extracted and modified from Loop News. And now for regional news. The Bahamian government has kept its promise and has applied to the Court of Appeal for leave to go before the London-based Privy Council challenging lower court rulings, allowing Bahamian men to automatically pass citizenship to their children, regardless of whether their child is born out of wedlock to non-Bahamian mothers. Last week, Justices Maureen Crane Scott, John Isaacs, and Roy Jones upheld Justice Ian Winder's ruling, while Court of Appeal President Sir Michael Barnett and Justice Milton Evans dissented. In 2016, Bahamians in a referendum rejected the idea of amending the Constitution to allow Bahamian fathers of children born out of wedlock to non-Bahamian mothers to automatically pass their citizenship to their children. Legal observers said that the case revolves around the interpretation of Article 6 of the Constitution and whether the reference to father in Article 14.1 of the document is applicable when interpreting Article 6. However, Article 14.1 states any reference in this chapter to the father of a person shall, in relation to any person born out of wedlock, other than a person legitimated before July 10, 1973, be construed as a reference to the mother of that person. This piece was extracted and modified from Loop News Caribbean. And now for international news. A prototype flying car has completed a 35-minute flight between international airports in Slovakia. The hybrid car aircraft Aircar is equipped with a BMW engine and runs on regular petrol pump fuel. Its creator, Professor Stefan Klein, said it could fly about 1,000 kilometers or 600 miles at a height of 8,200 feet and has clocked up to 40 hours in the air so far. It takes about 2 minutes and 15 seconds to transform from car into aircraft. In the air, the vehicle reached a cruising speed of 170 kilometers per hour. It can carry 2 people with a combined weight limit of 200 kilograms. The company behind Aircar, Klein Vision, says the prototype has taken about 2 years to develop and costs less than 2 million euros in investment. The prototype is considered a potential solution to the strain on existing transport infrastructures. This was extracted and modified from BBC. With that, we've reached the end of today's edition of GLC News. Join us again tomorrow, right here on the Guyana Learning Channel for more educational news and updates. On behalf of the technical team, thanks for watching and remember to stay safe, Guyana.